The Caribbean community selects the first woman as Secretary General.
Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves calls for renewed multilateralism in addressing global peace and security. CARICOM SG lauds the successes of CARICOM's Foreign Policy Coordination, and La Soufriere Volcano alert changes to orange. Welcome to this week's episode of the CARICOM News Time. I'm Tusankin English Francis. Thank you for joining us.
Dr. Carla Barnett, a national of Belize, has been elected to serve as the new Secretary General of the Caribbean Community from the 15th of August. Her assumption to office will coincide with the end of tenure of Ambassador Erwin LaRocque, who is completing his second tenure in office. Dr. Barnett was elected on May 11th during a special meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM, chaired by Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Barnett is the first woman and the first Belizean to be selected for the post.
Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, has called on all states to work together within the framework of international law and with the support of the United Nations to achieve the vision of global peace and security. Prime Minister Gonsalves was the only head of state who addressed a United Nations Security Council high-level video conference briefing on maintenance of international peace and security, upholding multilateralism and the United Nations-centered international system. The meeting was one of the signature events of China's presidency of the UN Security Council. Prime Minister Gonsalves said the COVID-19 pandemic laid bare the imperative of renewed multilateralism steeped in inclusivity, equality, and justice. He called for bold and innovative steps to alleviate human suffering caused by vast and expanding security challenges globally.
Capacity building and development assistance should be scaled up, and national ownership over peace and political processes strengthened. Practical, inclusive, people-centered, and climate-sensitive solutions ought to be developed and implemented in line with national needs and priorities and in accordance with the Sustainable Development Goals. It is necessary and desirable that all states must work together constructively and within the framework of international law, with the support and assistance of the United Nations and relevant regional and sub-regional organizations to achieve this vision of a more peaceful and prosperous world.
Minister of Foreign Affairs of Belize, the Honorable Eamon Courtenay, has underscored the importance of common ground in CARICOM's foreign policy coordination to maximize the weight of the collective voices of the community and to avoid division. Minister Courtenay assumed the chair of the CARICOM Council for Foreign and Community Relations when it met for its 24th meeting on the 6th of May. The meeting discussed a range of issues on the region's foreign policy agenda and the new and emerging challenges posed by migration. In his remarks at the opening, Minister Courtenay stressed the need for the community to continue to advocate for developed countries to respond positively to its call for fair, equitable, and timely access to vaccines. CARICOM must also continue to impress upon its international development partners and international financial institutions the need for an enlightened approach for accessing concessional financing and debt relief. Minister Courtenay also noted that the region must take pride in its coordination and cooperation in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Just as the Caribbean community came together to render assistance to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Barbados, it must continue in that vein as it advocates its interest in the international community. CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque made that recommendation as he addressed the opening of the 24th meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations on the 6th of May. The Secretary General, who demits office in August, reflected briefly on his last 10 years in office, noting that one of his enduring memories will be the rich discussions during retreats at COFCOR. They were enlightening and demonstrated the high caliber of people who seek our community's interest in the global arena, he told CARICOM Foreign Ministers. Ambassador LaRocque recognized and expressed appreciation to Assistant Secretary General Ambassador Colin Grandison for the excellent work that he and his team continue to do in the Directorate of Foreign and Community Relations. He also reflected on the successes of the heightened profile of the region in the international community at a time when he said they are facing a world where major actors are showing a decreasing interest in a collective approach to global problems. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has moved the alert of La Soufriere volcano from red to orange, the third of the 4-level scale. St. Vincent and the Grenadines cabinet accepted that recommendation from Volcano seismologist and current scientific team lead Roderick Stewart on the 4th of May. For more stories, you can visit the CARICOM news site at today.caricom.org or the CARICOM website at caricom.org. Like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Keep safe and see you next time.